could be people better in other professions, but in public service, we got a good staff here.
All right. We have to get through two more topics really quick on counties disbursement and resources as senators, because you're two of you here. And Raila criticizing Ruto government here. In his first rally since his loss in the polls, Raila toured Mathare and Ruaraka constituencies, pulling thousands of his supporters who escorted him on foot in a 3-hour-long rally through the area. At one point, the Azimio leader got out of his vehicle and marched with his supporters for over 20 minutes. And Senator Sifuna, I'll start with you on this. Have the campaigns for 2027 started, or what was this meeting all about?
I don't think you can say that the campaigns of 2027 have started. You do know that I have made reference to you that we have certain political rights that have been secured under the Constitution, including the right to associate, the right to assemble, the right to march. All of those things have always been available for us. Baba is a very well-loved politician, especially here in Nairobi. You know that he beat his opponents here quite resoundingly in Nairobi, and he has done so for the past 3 or so elections. All the times that he has run for president, he has won the city. And he loves to be with his people. I remember just before this Mathare tour, he was with the Bunge la Mwananchi at Jivanji Gardens. And people love to see him and to just have a conversation with him, because that is why he's called Baba. You know, he's not above the people and the people are not above him. So every opportunity that he gets to have a conversation, and by the way, let me just tell you the truth. We have been receiving a lot of petitions from our people because they look at us and they see that this is the only opportunity for us to be able to ventilate and to be heard. That in fact, life has become unbearable, Trevor, in this city. You know that electricity has gone up by a very high margin. You know that the cost of fuel has gone up. Food is now retailing at, you know, I saw yesterday, 2 kgs of sugar is now almost 300 shillings in the supermarkets. Cooking oil, everything has gone through the roof. And people are looking for some hope, some place that somebody can voice for them their frustrations. Because we were promised on both sides of the divide that in fact, immediately we take power, whether it was us or our brothers in Kenya Kwanza, the first agenda would be to ensure that we lower the cost of living to assuage the suffering of the people. Unfortunately for us, we meant what we were saying, but our brothers were not sincere in what they were telling us. You can see that they have come, they have removed the cushions that were there to you know, protect Kenyans at least from the high cost of living. They are telling us that it is temporary suffering for long-term gain, but we are saying Kenyans have been suffering all this while for the past 8 years. We have not seen a bright day in Kenya. So we were hoping that even as you try and find your way around government, although you lied to us that you would be ready on day one, why was it not possible for you to retain the subsidies that were in place so that Kenyans at least are cushioned for the time being as you find your way? You told us that within, I think, the first 14 days, because we have seen action in other places. You are able to find employment for 6 judges. You have been able to propose people to be employed to cabinet. You have found other things you've been able to do. You tried to, you know, sever our ties with Sahrawi Republic. Those were the things that are now urgent in the minds of the new government. And yet, we gave you 3 things. Unga, fuel, electricity. Please, can you make sure that you do something about it? So when you see these people, they are incessantly calling Baba Raila Odinga. They're incessantly calling their leaders. You know that Nairobi was an overwhelmingly Azimio county. We got, I think, 13 members of parliament out of the 17. We have the women rep. We only lost the governor's seat and 3 other constituencies. So many of these people are looking, Baba is still their leader. And they want to be with him. They want to see him. They want to talk to him. They want him to express and to voice their frustrations. It has nothing to do with the 2027 campaigns. And by the way, Trevor, he is still a Kenyan. He also feels the pain that the Kenyans are feeling, and he has spoken about it. Okay. So I'm telling you, you know, as a leader, my brother, you have to. People have a connection with their people. Okay. You are not going to feel well, even if you yourself have eaten. Okay. But there is drought in Tanariva.
Now put it
you
that
feel
way.
That pain, but
put it that way now.
I don't know. People are different. Maybe you have no empathy. You know? So for him, when people make these petitions to him, they say, "Baba, just come. We want to tell you this thing." He is available for them, and it's not as if he's doing anything else. Okay. Yeah.
All right, Kagusha. On this, is it a campaign? No. By the way, is it fair, the judgment that is being passed on the Kenya Kwanza team? Yeah. Just 30 days in office. There's an expectation that you should have elevated the cost of living on the burden of cost of living on the people now. But you gave yourselves 100 days. It's been 30 days in.
And Baba is already on the campaign
trail. You only have
trail.
70 days.
But there you said he was on his first campaign trail in Mathare, but he was actually on his second or third. In the first place, he was having a rally at Jivanji in the guise of Bunge la Mwananchi. But that's not the important case here. It's okay for Baba to do that. In any case, I think he has realized that deep state may actually not be holding the answer as he had initially been told. Now, he has suddenly realized that actually I need to go back to the same people I used to be with before. If you found a car parked somewhere facing a wall, Honorable Sifuna, when you get into the car and you put the ignition key and you want to drive that car, you can't start accelerating the car towards the wall. If you do that, you'll crash, you will spoil that car, and you'll not be able to exit. If you found a car parked facing the wall, the first thing you do is to put on a reverse gear. Are you getting? Now, I can't come and find you now reversing and tell you don't know how to drive, or you are driving using the rear window and the rear mirror and decelerating or reversing. You can't see that.
You're used to driving wheelbarrows.
When you find a car parked and you want to reverse, you want to drive.
You want to find solutions for
what you must first of all do is to reverse. Then once you have reversed and you have acquired certain distance, now you are able to exit.
You reverse for 10 km.
Are you getting?
Sure.
So, you can't say, now it's only 30 days. Yeah? And
you reverse for 30 days. Where are you going? Man?
Yeah, so the issue is that we found a car which was parked facing the wall. In fact, this car, we actually needed to jump-start it. Yeah. We have taken a bit of time, the first 2-3 days and 4, 5, 10 days jump-starting the car. Now we are reversing so that now we can start the muendo. Okay. And by the way, don't forget that the cabinet we are having now, including some of the CASs, you know, some of your friends CASs who are actually Azimio, or rather who are initially ODM, you know.
Like who?
So, no,
ODM does not have a single CS.
We don't mention names here. They could actually be our friends. But, but the issue is we are reversing so that now we can be able to move. And again, I said Kenyans understand. They know. They were not expecting Ruto to be a miracle worker.
That's what he said.
And of course, he didn't say that. You said it for
He said it.
That was propaganda that you were trying to put across there. But the issue is that everyone expects that there has to be a lot of work that we have to put in this. And what people are respecting Ruto for is that he is working very hard together with his deputy, His Excellency, Rigathi Gachagua. They are working hard. Those gentlemen are waking up early in the morning. They are sleeping late. They have a lot of meetings. And once in a while, they are also having the engagement with the public out there to still have that touch. And I think that is a hope that Kenyans are having on this government, that it is in touch with the reality. I can tell you clearly, we could not have continued with the subsidies for consumption. Yeah. You clearly heard what the central bank governor said, that this had been turned into another golden bag where you would have false claims. I mean, you come and spend 8 billion Kenya shillings on unga subsidy, and this unga will not get to the normal mwananchi, common mwananchi. I mean, that really was being abused. It was misused, and we know very well that that subsidy was actually helping the dynasties rather than helping the hustlers. Okay. And so we had to reverse some of the things that were happening so that then we stop and then we start moving. Okay. So give us time. Let us start moving forward. And once we have started moving forward, Kenyans will see and they will appreciate what is happening.
Okay, Mungatana, 30 days in, are we heading in the right direction?